ladies and host. I'm your host, Tony Bahama. Malik Adegambo here on the Mr. Doyle Roberts. I'm a resident expert, crypto and finance. Before we get into our show today, before we touch on its, we have to have our everything I think and say disseminations here on this platform. AB2C, AB2C Broadcasting, and Professional Renaissance Protection Services. This show is brought to you via an app little platform. Anything we say, do, written, write, read, are protected here via laws, and you can exercise your right to choose via listening and or hearing. If you do not like or do not want to hear or agree with, we are completely for anything that is said on this platform. You have the right to choose. You are 100% just via listening. Marketplace that we currently exist, internet finance, cryptocurrencies are a hot topic. Things such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, so on and so forth, have come to the forefront. This is the second in our two-part series on cryptocurrencies or cryptocurrency conversations. We have an expert here, Mr. Doyle Roberts. Mr. Doyle Roberts, thank you for joining us.
Good day, gentlemen. Good day, your listeners.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, just have a question to start us off. Wanting to know, and this one's just coming in from one of our listeners, Mr. Roberts, are all activities on Dowsville Street regulated by cryptocurrencies? Do the individuals on Dowsville Street cryptocurrencies?
Okay.
Mr. Roberts, are we there yet? Or we're not there yet?
We are at that level if persons wish to. The reality is the digital market is here to stay, and we are sitting on the cusp of what is known as Web 3.0 or Internet 3.0. And it's an opportunity, as well as with every opportunity there comes risk. But I equate this period to the beginning of the dot-com bubble back in 95, 96, thereabouts. Persons coming into the sector, even though they may not know all the ins and the outs, you're going to have some persons who are going to make some big gains, and you're going to have some persons that are going to make some losses. Everything requires wisdom. Everything requires research. Everything requires that you, the individual, knows that going into this cryptocurrency market, there are certain variables that you need to be mindful of. And the primary variable should be risk management. You mustn't put anything into the cryptocurrency market that you can't afford to lose. For instance, you can't be putting in your mortgage and your rent money and your light money and your children's school tuition money into this arena. And the reality is, you would be somewhat foolhardy to put your money in have a grasp or understanding of. And through this conversation that we're having this morning, I hope that we will be able to bring some light to the cryptocurrency market and that a person's listening can understand more clearly.
Well, that's the hope and purpose of.
Definitely so. Tell us a little about. Right.
Excellent.
All right, so you can tell us a little about yourself. For those who do not know who Mr. Doyle Roberts is.
Okay. In terms of background, I am a graduate of St. John's College, also an alumni of College of the Bahamas and the University of the West Indies, Barbados, Canada. In terms of my background of studies is in political science and law. But in coming back to the Bahamas, I found myself drawn towards entrepreneurship. In terms of my present standing in the local community, I'm known as a building contractor and a political actor. But in terms of my business background and my pursuits, I have established what I consider my 4 lines of income. And for instance, I have one arm of income, which is through internet marketing. We have a company that deals with marketing certain products and instruments. And the next branch of business, what I can press trader in the cryptocurrency markets. I basically trade currency markets. In particular, I trade BTC and compared to the US dollar currency. I presently have a WhatsApp group for persons who are just coming into the crypto space, where they're being kept updated as to what is. Overall, I've been on this quest, so to speak, to basically disseminate information because of what I see the present landscape of the world to be. And I noticed that when March of last year, with the lockdowns, a lot of persons franchised financially. And as a result of seeing that, I wanted to basically try and give persons, in particular Bahamians, an option whereby they could make money off the traditional beaten path. So what I did in March of last year, I started a WhatsApp group for internet-minded business, and we disseminated information that taught these persons how they could create an industry and how to make some consistent income through internet marketing on instruments like Facebook and Instagram. But in the midst of that, I was playing around with the cryptocurrency market in the background. I should also give some further background. I first came in 1997, thereabouts. I first came into the trading and through a gentleman there by the name of Sam Solis. He exposed to the inner workings of his world, almost like, and that is when I first became clued into the capital markets and the fact that an individual could actually make money, but not just make money, but make a substantial amount of money in markets that was not known or common to the average person. So when I came back to the Bahamas, I initially started trading in the Forex market. Now this was my learning curve, so to speak. I transitioned from the Forex market into trading penny stocks. And during that period, I took a real beating. was a learning curve. To give my dog sleep curve was because I lost money. I'm not gonna be one of those persons that who told you or who's gonna tell you when I started out everything was good and everything was perfect. And the dynamics like analysis, truly understanding the indicators. Let me try and go to another office. Truly trying to understand the indicators. Very Is that any better?
Perfect. You were saying about basically, improving your crop based on, making some losses and then coming back stronger.
Yes. What I realized was tools that one needed to understand in order to be somewhat successful in the industry, and we took a hiatus from trading up until about 2000 and thereabouts when I got into cryptocurrency just as a basic hodler. I was curious about and I wanted to basically see if this thing that all of the nerds on the internet in the various groups that I was a part of was something of substance. And I watched it and it made sense. It made a lot of sense playing with it. Now, what transpired was some by because of a hack, they lost everything. That in itself was one of the learning lessons, and I'll be able to show you how not to fall into that could have been avoided through just simple things like having the proper antivirus and having, instead of just keeping your investment, your cryptocurrency on the open exchanges like Mt. Gox and Binance and Coinbase and Bybit, to take those currencies off of the market and keep them in a location, most notably a cold ledger like Nano or Trezor wallet. It's a hard wallet. Both of them are similar to like a key drive that you can save your cryptocurrency on.
Informative. You said a lot in your previous what you were saying previously. Yeah, amazing. I'm learning a lot already, and definitely our viewers are. You illuminated the two things that I took note to. Myself getting involved in cryptocurrency around the same times, and some of the times that you said 96, 95. And then also you said 2012, 2013. Those times, and you also mentioned March of last year, which all of those times were pretty much, from what I could see by myself tracking the market, were probably the sweet spots or the sweet times, or probably some of the better times in cryptocurrency that I can note. I know from last year in March, right before the pandemic, it was around $5,000. I think that year since it shot up to 56, whatever it was. And I know I had an opportunity to kind of 61, right? Correct. $61,000. So from 5, starting that WhatsApp group, you might have some happy people in there. And then, of course, I know 2012, 2013, we talking about from what I recollect, and don't quote me on it, or you correct me on it, it's 31 cents, or anywhere from 31 cents to $60 on the cryptocurrency. So if you got in then, that would have been a great time to be able to hold it or keep on to it, I'm assuming. Right, Mr. Roberts?
Indeed, absolutely.
for those
Yeah, so
for those who don't understand what crypto currency is, because they're different
right.
things and coins that fall under it, because some people might think cryptocurrency is strictly Bitcoin. There are people who would not have understood what the forex situation was, which is different from. So give us a little breakdown of what the forex is that you was initially introduced into, and what cryptocurrency is, and the difference between that and, say, the stock market or the stock exchange.
Okay. With the traditional exchange trading stocks, if you came into the market, you'd market with a brokerage account with a company like Interactive Brokers, dollar startup account just to begin trading stocks and bonds. Transpired in the late 1990s, the forex market became popular as the internet started to take on a boom. Software was introduced into the person were not able to go into the larger markets, were able to get accounts for as little as $500 to $1,000 firm you got your quit. Now, to give you an understanding of what these is basically it's a currency market whereby you would be trading one currency against another currency. For instance, you'd be trading the US dollar against the Japanese yen, or you'd be trading the US dollar against the Great British pound, and you'd be trading the fluctuations within those coins, within those currencies, whereby you would make your money if you go long at the right time, and you'd make your money if you go short at the right time. Now, in terms of what, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, man. So
okay, in terms of what the crypto, the difference is this was actual currency that was being a digital format to the computer screens and so on and so forth. Cryptocurrency give you an understanding of what cryptocurrency is. Basically, it was created in 2008 by an anonymous gentleman who carried the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. He created this script, however you want to call it, and basically what it is it all sits on what is known as the blockchain, and this blockchain is really truly the foundation of what cryptocurrency is all about. And what this blockchain is basically a network of computers who have disconnected.
Yeah, he's speaking. He's speaking.
Okay.
Continue, Mr.
You hear me better now?
Continue.
Okay. In terms of what the blockchain is, this is basically basically it's known as smart contracts, and smart contracts have validated. And when I say validated, for instance, if money is sent from point A to point, that is a record on what is known as the ledger of the blockchain, that transaction. No, go into that smart contract and change the dynamics of what took place and what transacted. There's a history, perpetual history of that transaction and any future transaction tied to that. So here it is. It can be to access Bitcoin to see how many times it changed hands and value and so. So what cryptocurrency or what the blockchain form is, it created a perpetual foundation of record keeping, and as a result of that, individuals were able to create an environment where it became tokenized. That is really truly what Bitcoin was. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, and that is the beginning of where we're at. Now, in terms of what the cryptocurrency market embodies at this particular point, there are over 5,000 coins. And here it is to give you understanding. Companies like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and some of the largest analysts 3-4 years ago were saying that something transitory, that this was just a fad. This thing is moving forward in a way that the traditional financiers and the traditional capitalists, they do not have control over this, because what cryptocurrency truly is what is known as a decentralized environment. And when I say a decentralized environment, what it means is central banks, commercial banks, governments cannot control this. This is what is known as direct peer-to-peer interaction. Person A has a wallet with cryptocurrency in it. They can send money to person B that has something that they want, and so on and so forth. That currency does not have to go through a central bank. You, the individual, don't have to go into a commercial. And this is what the present reality of cryptocurrency is. And this is one of the reasons why there was such initial fear of big money, and this very day there are some who are so planning any entry of cryptocurrency into their markets. Moving you even deeper into the whole cryptocurrency environment, there are 5,000 plus and growing every day. The thing within the cryptocurrency environment, unlike any other market before, there are so many different ways persons can make money within the cryptocurrency environment and find themselves quite comfortable in terms of moving forward, in terms of life moving forward financially. For instance, most persons think that you have to, like myself, to make money in the cryptocurrency market, when in reality, there are 12 different ways. Market. The first way is just as buying and holding. Within the cryptocurrency arena, this is known as hodling. The way money in the cryptocurrency arena through trading, what I do, whereby you do day trading, whereby, for instance, to give you an understanding of what a trader does, for time scales, if they're what is known as a scalper, they would make trades in time frames of anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour. They'll be in and out of trades within that time frame. They consider 2 hours a little too long. Most day traders trade 3 hours. The next type of trader would be what is known as a swing trader. This is a person who would buy into a coin and hold that coin, sometimes overnight, sometimes for 3 days, even to a week. But those are the types of traders. That's the second way of making money with cryptocurrency. The third way of making money in cryptocurrency is what is known as staking and lending. When I say staking and lending, basically there are companies out there that would allow you, that would allow you to put your cryptocurrency into their platform, and you from their programs, whether it is for a short period of time, days, or a longer period of time, weeks, the currency into their plan, you would interest or money's profit based on what they're doing in terms of if they have liquidity. The whole concept of staking is one whereby this is for the hodler who doesn't want to take any risk. You will be able to find companies out there that if you stake your cryptocurrency with them, you can earn returns as much as ranging anywhere from 5% onwards up to 30%. Different companies, but this is something that you research, and this is the type of stuff that we share within our group in terms of the companies that have a track record that you can trust, and companies that are properly registered, and so on. And the other way, the fourth way that you can make money in the crypto environment is what is known as cryptocurrency mining. This scenario is one whereby you use computer hardware joined with a particular type of software, and you in essence create cryptocurrencies. Right now there is hardware and software for you to create everything from Bitcoin to Ethereum and Litecoin and so on and so forth. But the scenario with mining crypto coins is one whereby it is a situation whereby you have to have a lot of hardware power, and you have to have a lot of electricity in place. For instance, persons who have solarized buildings or homes could consider it. But generally, within the context of my country, the Bahamas, it is something that I do not recommend, because at present electricity rates are a little too high in comparison to the profit margins that you'll be making if you're mining. The other fact is the fact of the expansion of the Bitcoin market cap. What that has done is it has lengthened the time that it to mine the average Bitcoin. For instance, if you were into mining, say in 2009, 2010, you'd be able to mine anywhere from 5 to 30 plus Bitcoins type of infrastructure you have a day. Here it is now, for you to mine that one Bitcoin, it'll take you years, not years, but an extreme amount of time just to mine one. We're talking an average of 2 to 3 years just to mine one. The other way, the fifth way that one can earn money in the cryptocurrency environment is what is known as arbitrage. Arbitrage, in essence, is a form of trading a cryptocurrency, whereby the simplest example is you buy it for one price and you just simply sell it somewhere else for a higher price. To give you a working example of this, for instance, say I would buy one Bitcoin from Binance exchange for, say, $1, hypothetically $1. Then I would go to another exchange, like, say, Luno, and sell that same Bitcoin at a profit for 15 cents. And basically, how investors make their money in the arbitrage environment is basically through that profit margin, that small profit margin window, but they do it in bulk format. Here it is, if you're only doing that with, say, $1, you're only going to make that 15 cents. But if, for instance, you're putting $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, that profit margin really adds up, and it makes real sense. For instance, companies like Aave, Furo Combo, they allow, and Luno, they allow arbitrage situations. Moving on, there's something else in the cryptocurrency environment that is unlike any environment that you would have seen anywhere else, that you can make money from. It is I would say I'm thinking about number 5 and number 6 now. It is what is called flash loans. And what flash loans allow you to do is flash loans allow you to literally millions of dollars in cryptocurrency and carry out deals or contracts. But the thing about flash loans is they operate on a platform based on the loan, the transaction itself has to be done all in one. So here it is, one loan transaction would have maybe about 2 to 3 different component parts to that loan. To give you an example, the first time that this scenario was brought to light, there was an investor. What he did, he borrowed, I think, about give or take $16 million in a flash loan, and he broke that down and invested that in Ethereum, basically in an arbitrage type of situation. And he made basically four transactions, and these 4 transactions were basically 4 smart contracts, and these 4 contracts was in one big loan, and everything was done all at once. And how this was done through artificial intelligence, where you call, software programming, so on and so forth. But the cryptocurrency environment, in essence, the DeFi or decent DeFi environment allows for these type of smart contracts to take place. So basically, he made a killing literally within an hour's time, and that is the next way of making money. And I didn't realize how many different ways one can make money. Within the cryptocurrency environment is through what is known as airdrops and forkings. Basically, this is a combination of when some companies just coming out, they basically give away free coins and tokens. And in terms of that is with the airdrops, and they have, some of them have within their company structure, within their company layout and business plan, their white paper, that they would do certain rebates or certain give backs at certain times to customers or community members, whatever the case may be. Here it is. The other aspect is forking. What you'll find, this is a little bit more complicated, but what happens with the trajectory with cryptocurrencies in particular, they do what is known as forking or splitting. And what this provides is almost a doubling of value of whatever cryptocurrency you are holding. When it's split, you will basically double your money. The sixth way that persons are making money in the cryptocurrency environment right now is what is known as NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And basically, this is what is known as the equivalent of making everything a digital asset. In essence, taking the brick and mortar world into the digital world. If you were a kid back in the day, you would have collected baseball cards and G.I. Joe action figures and things of that nature. And those things, if you had kept those in pristine condition, would have grown in value. But basically, that is what is going on with NFTs. You have individuals who are literally creating digital images or digital works of art and digital properties. Value is being put to these things. To give you a working example, the gentleman who is presently the largest Bitcoin holder, he made a purchase of a digital artwork, and he paid $70 million for that particular artwork. So that in itself shows the whole construct is changing, you see. But the dynamic within cryptocurrency, the main dynamic that changes it from investing, if you were an investor in stocks and bonds, if you were an investor in the forex market, penny markets, the dynamics are such that entry into the market is now non-existent. When I say non-existent, you don't have to have that $500. You don't have to have that $10,000 to be able to enter into the market and trade. You can literally open up accounts for as little as $10, $20, and you can buy coins for as little as $10, $20, and you are now in the market. That is a quick breakdown. There are other ways that persons can make money in the crypto market. Me personally, I try to approach it from a balanced approach. Here it is, one aspect of my portfolio. I'm a hodler. When I say I'm a hodler, disclaimer, I presently own Bitcoin, I own Ethereum, I own Cardano. Those are what I consider my blue chip stocks, or my blue chip earners. In that lot right now, my Cardano portfolio is the first of those three. Now, what I've in essence done is I've broken down cryptocurrencies into categories. Basically, blue chip cryptocurrencies, like the top 10, for instance, would be considered. They would be considered the blue chip boys. Then you would have those who are following behind, like the Trons and the Tezos and those. It is a scenario whereby the bottom tier, I won't use the name for the bottom tier because I respect the listeners. But basically the bottom tier coins, coins that have literally no market cap. For instance, I'll put out a coin. No, I don't think that's right, because that'll cause bullish buying and affect things wrongly. Right. But for instance, there's a way that we have been using to basically determine which coins are going to move in what direction based on the amount of market cap and based on the team behind that coin. And so far it has been very effective. Now, the thing is, most persons coming into this market, they think that they're going to be holding on to these coins forever, and that's how they're going to be rich forever. But this, in essence, is what is known as a bull market, whereby basically almost everything is going to be in an upward trajectory. But here it is, at the end of every bull market, there comes a bear market, where everything is going to have pressure to go down. And this is something that most cryptocurrency investors need to be mindful of, need to be cognizant of. For instance, even with this bullish gain that is happening with Bitcoin, there is going to be a major drop. And when I say a major drop, I mean a major drop. And most analysts, including myself, we predict that this particular drop is going to happen somewhere around the end of August, early September, thereabouts. So for those of you who are holding cryptocurrency around that time, it would be advisable for you to pay attention to the market. And if you've made some reasonable profits, just stay tuned into the environment that you're in. Yeah, I think I've talked to you guys.
Well, listen, what I'll say is this. It's an awful lot of information, but it's an awful lot of information that is definitely necessary. It's needed. What I would advise is for you to give these people your, the ways to access you. Whether it's with the group situation, I think it would have to be through the group invite, but numbers to reach you at, the way that you're going about getting the small classes sorted out to show people exactly how it is to move forward. You could speak on the importance of the empowerment, and I love the fact that you did speak on the fact that market itself is not what it used to be. It's not closed like how it just used to be closed. It was a closed market where and for the most part, the people who want to control the system generally give you as many hurdles as they can to discourage it from being as massive as it is and as massive as it can be. Because even with it being as open as it is, there's still going to be a whole lot of people who are not going to venture into it because they either don't see the profit of it, the sense of it, the or they can't fully grasp the understanding of it. So they mightn't be getting into it. But people have to understand that we are moving into the digital currency world. All right, this is not something that is going to be going away. You already have central banks initializing digital currency. You got the Bahamians with the sand dollar. Um, um, you have different entities and institutions that have over the course of the years have actually been utilizing the digital currency. People have been traveling, booking hotel rooms, utilizing this for some years now because a lot of people don't understand that the cryptocurrency is not new. It's new to people who are just hearing about it. But Bitcoin itself is over more than 20 years old.
Exactly.
Okay, so you can like I said, you could let these people know exactly how they can get in contact with you, how they can um, start themselves on a path of empowerment. Because as you said, you have to learn how to do this to make it work for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, for those of you, my name is Doyle Roberts. My friends call me Doc, and within my crypto family, they call me Doc Crypto. Actually, for those of you who want to, reach me, you can reach me at 466-6129, 466-6129, and the international audience, that would be area code 242 in the front of that. I'm located in the Bahamas. The scenario is one whereby if you're interested in becoming a part of our WhatsApp group that is for newcomers to the field, just simply send me a WhatsApp at that 466-6129 number and send the WhatsApp note with your name, and or someone of the administrators will add you to that group. We'll also be starting a YouTube page. We have an old YouTube channel there that we renamed Doc Crypto. So for those of you who are interested in the YouTube space, you can take a look at, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Doc Crypto. And you can also take a look and a listen at some of my older videos talking about angel investment capital and venture capital and things of that nature. So you'll know that I haven't just come into this arena. I've been at this for a time. And the next thing that you should know about me is I'm also an author. I've written 2 books, one called The Science of Making Money. You can get a copy of that on Amazon. The other book that I wrote is called Hunting Millionaires. You can find that in the same place as well. And I'm presently working on another book right now, and it is about cryptocurrency. The name of that, I'll keep that under my hat. But basically, you can reach me by email as well, doylehroberts@gmail.com. That's DoyleHroberts@gmail.com. And but the best way to communicate is with WhatsApp. Please be mindful that I may not respond to you right away. I'm giving you my direct links. I'm managing 4 companies as we speak, so don't think or don't feel as though that you can just kick my door down. I'm very much an introvert. But this whole scenario with cryptocurrency, for newcomers, a quick word of advice in terms of the initial steps that you should take. The first thing that you want to do is whatever computer system that you're going to be using, make sure that you have a good antivirus and a good virtual VPN on your system. I normally recommend AVG to my students. And once you have the right security on your computer system or on your tablet or your phone, the next thing is you want to get yourself a cryptocurrency wallet. The cryptocurrency wallets that I recommend to my students, Trust Wallet and Exodus Wallet. You can go to the App Store, you can find those wallets right there. That's the next step. The next thing that I also tell my students is to take, not download, but be mindful of TradingView. TradingView.com. This is a free chart reader. You can just use it free to follow the movements of any cryptocurrency. The next that you use to follow the movements of any cryptocurrency would be coinmarketcap.com. The next thing that I would advise you, once you have your wallet, once you have your security, and once you have your wallet, the next step would be to purchase crypto. I normally recommend Binance.com and Coinbase.com because they are centralized exchanges, so you don't have to worry about how you're losing your money in those exchanges. And basically you go there and you take your debit card and you just simply purchase your first cryptocurrency. I normally advise persons to have at least some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, and some Cardano in their portfolio, because those coins are going to be around for a very long time, and they're going to make persons a lot of money over a lot of time. So once you have purchased your coins on Binance or Coinbase, you're good to go. Now the next stage is in the learning environment. You're going to have to learn about how to conduct swaps, or swapping coins, one coin for another. You're going to have to learn how to do some arbitrage. I would also advise you to learn how to do trading. In terms of trading right now, I have a group of 24 persons who are all newcomers to the game. I have a belief I've been able to teach persons how to trade within 2 weeks, and not just trade, but you're talking a 90% performance in terms of their trades, in terms of what their results are. And my goal for that group of 22 persons, I want to see how quickly I can turn those persons into millionaires. Most persons say that I'm crazy for free, and they want to know what my motive is. They want to know what my rhyme and my reason. Well, it's simple. I grew up poor. I grew up hungry. I grew up in a place, and I didn't know I was poor until I was moved out of that environment into another environment. And what it did, it placed a hunger in me. Realize that most persons don't realize that it doesn't matter where you were born, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what your educational background is. If you can count money, if you can operate an email address, I personally feel that I can teach you how to trade within 2 weeks. That's just what I do. And on top of that, the real reason I'm so confident about the 2 week time frame is because something has happened from the time that I came into trading to now. There's a guy by the name of CryptoFace. His company created this software for trading called Market Cipher. And basically, this Market Cipher literally takes 50% of the trading thought process out of the game. And when I say 50% of any trade is basically when to get it trade and when to get out of a trade. 50% of, and that this particular platform literally shows you with the most strongest indicators that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. It has been life-changing, to say the least. To give you a working example, when I traded in the early 2000s. My performance was basically between a 15 to 20%. Here it is now. This new cipher, I'm trading at 95, 98%. And this is something that I've been teaching my students.
Wow,
But yes, reach me 466 6129. Yes, it is a big difference. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't care where you think you are. If you have $20 right now, you can enter the cryptocurrency market.
Well, that right there.
Whether you're unemployed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's the great thing or the greatest thing about the whole situation, and what the crypto market has done, what the digital currency market has done now, or at least what the attempt is to allow everyone to be successful instead of just having the 1% or the 1% of the 1%. You know, everybody can attain a level of comfort as long as they learn how to do this properly.
Exactly. And I know it to the person just coming into the sector, it may seem like a lot of information. But truly, I'll put it to you like this. Right now, there are 10 and 14-year-olds who are in this sector trading actively. Some are day traders even. And they are able to produce sound results. So I'm going to put it to you like this. Are you smarter than a 10-year-old?
Yep, that's a good question. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Are you? If you are, then come on down.
Exactly. If you are, you can be successful with this.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, wow,
yeah.
a definite wealth of knowledge. Definitely a wealth of knowledge. Honestly, after listening to Brother Doyle, Mr. Roberts, if you're listening here and you're not even interested in joining his class or at least doing some research on your own here, and you don't have to, you have an expert, and I say he's an expert. I don't give that term out freely. He's an expert. I'm here listening and learning a lot. He's giving you basically almost 10 ways that you can make money off of utilizing different things here. And, recession could be a time frame, but given all the notice and given the relative boom that's happened with cryptocurrencies in what has been the pandemic, you could sit at your chair, you could stay in your house, you could use all these different things to make money. And if you got it at the right time, it's still opportunity. And if you don't know, Mr. Roberts here he just gave you a wealth of knowledge here. He just made you a millionaire, basically. For right here on our show, if you were following, you got to do a little bit of digging, but it's right here in your face. Absolutely.
Sorry.
And
sorry.
No, I just wanted, as a side note, here it is. Most of you who are listening to this, some of you are not gonna dig in this any deeper, but here it is. Those of you who begin to dig into this, you're gonna find that your life is going to change. To give you a working example, just yesterday morning, one of the students in the group bought a company for $50, and by the end of the evening at about 5-6 o'clock, that $50 was $4,000.
Yes.
Wow.
But see,
one coin.
And all of this has to do with knowledge, but it also has to do with the fact that you have to be willing to take the risk. Now, there's absolutely no way that you can get all of this information in one show. It's impossible. All right, so the best thing to do is to just reach out to Mr. Roberts, get the information that you need, or you can do your little research on the side, and just get into it. But we encourage our people, our melanated people especially. We've been behind now for centuries. Okay, not by no fault of our own, but we have now been propelled into an arena that we can make up some ground. All right, so get into it, get into it, get into it.
Mr. Roberts, questions for you. Just relative to current events and current money or current cryptocurrency, what is your thoughts basically on DogeCoin?
What I feel is right now it's gonna suffer a little drop because of this massive movement towards it, but I feel it's gonna pick up. I would persons who have it, I would tell them to hold it. Truly hold it until the end of say June at least, because there's gonna be some major announcements coming from the Elon Musk camp in particular, and the Tesla boys, that normally affects Doge in a big way. And even though we may not think that it's relevant with the Mars mission and things of that nature going on with Elon Musk and his crew, any positive news that comes out of his camp has had a tremendous effect on Dogecoin. Let me give you a secret, ladies and gentlemen. One of the secret, everybody's looking for that 100x or that 1000x coin, and they think that is going to happen with Bitcoin and Ethereum and things of that nature. But here it is, simple math tells you that is impossible. The reason is because of what the size of the market cap is. Okay. In order for a coin to go 100x or 1000x and make you a millionaire for that one coin, that coin has to have a market cap lower than $500 million. I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the $1 million nugget of this whole entire conversation. And you researching coins and those coins that are going to make you wealthy. In order for a coin to go 1000x or 100 to 1000x, the market cap on that coin has to be $500 million or less. Those are the coins that you watch to see which ones are going to give you the big gains. And another thing is pay attention to the Twitter groups. That's my five. Enough. If y'all can't make $1 million off of this, I can help you.
I have to agree. All right, so the time is now. I'm winding down. Any final thing, Mr. Bahama?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, our melanated people, just in general, on who we're speaking to, namely our Bahamian and Caribbean people, my thoughts, and I would like to kind of get a little bit more information from Mr. Robertson, really how close we are, and I could see it. I'm definitely not as much of an expert as Mr. Roberts in the field, but I can see the potential for basically not just individuals in decreasing the economic gap between either races or countries, just simply via Bitcoin, just simply via trading, by simply via learning how to do this. Absolutely. It's right there in your face. If you were to just this is the way potentially, not excusing slavery or colonization, whatever else it is, but all of the assets are soon to be eventually heading towards this technology. So it just depends on when you get into it and what can you stake up against it as a country or as a group or as a person. So, if you were to just things thrown out the window, a country, an individual, a group of people, a company could definitely equalize themselves or put themselves on equal footing. In America, 3% of the entire population owns 97% of all the wealth via trust and assets in America. Right. Soon eventually those assets are going to have to transfer, or the system or the mode of holding them is going to be changed from the dollar. At one time it was gold, now it's the dollar, and it's from the dollar potentially to cryptocurrency. if you listening, or anybody that invests, you can be a part of, even depending on how much you can get or how much or how savvy you are, and take Mr. Roberts and so on, learning from that. You definitely could be at the forefront of the next wave, and maybe you might be in the 3%, as opposed to being in the 97% without.
Can I interject something?
Go ahead, please.
This is a message to the diaspora. All of my brothers and sisters out there, whether you're in Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Guyana, it matters not. If you found yourself, or you found that your ancestors came here more than 400 years ago into the West, and here it is, whether you embrace Christianity, whether you embrace Islam, whatever the case is, they all spoke of, and they all spoke of the Great Reset, and they all spoke of the transfer. Is the transfer of time. This is that reset period. The fact that any little black boy or little black girl, no matter where they are, once they have the ability to turn on a computer, and once they can read an email, they are not dependent on the system that they were born into in order to take care of themselves, in order to generate wealth. Here it is. This is the reset whereby generational wealth will be made by those who never thought that they would ever be able to do it. Here it is. The black diaspora thought that the only way out was via playing basketball or rapping, or or football, and that.
We have a show in reference to that as well. Yes, we have.
Here it is. What has happened is we have allowed ourselves to become dormant in terms of our thinking capacity, in terms of our ability to understand, our grasp the greater concepts of reality and nature. We have genius inbuilt into our DNA.
Yes, we do.
But because we were born into a system that literally programs you to basically be nothing more than a slave, you refuse to think.
Yes.
The music, the television programming, it is forcing you not to think. So here it is when you bump on an individual like me and who says, look here, why are you stressing over a 9 to 5 when literally you can chop yourself out of a 9 if you just buckle down for 3 to 4 weeks and learn something?
Yes.
Learn something. I am giving this information out free. You ask any of my students, I'm giving it away free because I'm now coming to understand the role that I am supposed to play as a soul who has manifested in a black body in this time and space. Yes, I went through the period where black consciousness ruled me, but here it is, I spent a lot of time focusing on the thing that was wrong, the harm that was done.
Yeah. And
in the midst of focusing on the harm that was done, I ignored what the solutions were.
Yes.
The solution. The greatest revenge you can place upon slavery and slave masters is you can become rich, and not just rich, but your generations become rich.
Yes.
Wow. And look, I gotta take this even deeper than this. Here it is. You want to know why this technology is now common to the masses here in the West? It is because so the diaspora who was taken by force and brought here can make the millions and go back to the Kenya, go back to the Ghana, go back to the Zimbabwe, go back to the Nigeria, go back to the Burkina Faso, go back to the Liberia and build.
Yes.
Build.
Yes.
Build.
And let's do it, people. Let's do it.
You're all trying to run me off today.
Oh, I love it. We love it. Oh, man. I'm getting goosebumps. Brother Roberts, definitely our platform is open and welcome you at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Roberts is asking you. We're asking you, and it is the goal of this platform to get you just to think, get you just to feel a little bit deeper as to what is our purposes here. The old adage is the best revenge is to live well.
Yeah.
The best revenge is to live well. If you believe, like we said on our previous show, that this whole slavery thing was about spices, or they went to the West Indies for spices. Come on, really? It's about money. It's about economic attainment. One country, the core, the periphery, the first world countries, taking over and guiding and leading economically over the other, which they are flexing to this day. You have an opportunity to make a chance, to make a stance, to make a dent for not just you, your future generations here, economically. The brother's giving it away, ladies and gentlemen. Please reach out to Brother Doyle Roberts. Oh man, great show, great stuff. Brother Yama, any final thoughts?
Listen, I feel that everything that needed to be said was already said. I don't feel a need to add anything to that. So just just do what you need to do. All right, you have the information, use it.
Brother Roberts, any final thoughts? Thank you for joining us on this show.
Yeah, my final thought, to all of you hearing my voice right now, you may be wondering if you should do this thing or not. And I'm simply telling you, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. They tell you that some sneakers, well, you can't do it to secure your financial future.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say to Mr. Doyle Roberts, definitely, at the forefront of trying to help our people move forward in the economic stance. This has been myself, Tony Bahama, and Malik Ali Gamba here on the Humblest Opinion with our cryptocurrency conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Join us next time. Reach out to Brother Roberts. Thank you for joining us. Reach out to us next time. Thank you. Have a great day.
Let it go, let it go. See, there we go. I know destination, you never been there before. Oh, no reservation, come on, let's go and explore. If you never know before, well, it's your chance to know.